Russia is Russia considered communist still?
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, Russia is.
Don't because wait,
It's a dictatorship.
wait, the Soviet Union.
Well, actually, no. Let me say that right. I'm wrong. No, they have elections.
But man,
if you want to run against Putin, bro,
yeah,
good luck.
Yeah,
good luck with all that. You ain't got much time
when
left.
was the last time they had an election?
Well, you know that guy Prigozhin who tried to make a coup against Putin, and he just died in a plane crash.
Is that coup that lasted like 6 hours?
The guy who they were literally headed towards Moscow. He was the head of the Wagner Group, headed towards Moscow, and then they pulled back at the last minute.
Yeah.
And Putin's like, yeah, bro, I'll see you in a little bit. And then his plane blew up in the sky. There's a video of his plane in the sky, and it's like on fire in the sky.
Yeah.
Nothing suspicious about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of crazy.
But like Soviet Union was communist, and then the Soviet Union fell. Like the history of the Soviet Union and today's Russia is really confusing to me. Like I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe with anything. Like when in regards to history, like man, it's just like what is real and what's not. I'm just like fuck. I just like okay, let's just see how everything plays out. But Soviet Union fell, so I thought like Russia is claiming like democratic socialism or something.
Sort of democratic, but Putin is basically running it because Putin was the president of Russia or whatever they call it over there, and then he stepped down, and then his main guy took over, and then Putin's like, "Fuck this, I'm taking over again," and now he's running it, and he's been running Russia. When did he start running? When was his second term as the president of Russia?
I have no.
Do you know who also has a fucking Soviet passport or a Russian passport? Roy Jones.
Really?
Roy Jones Jr. is tight with Putin.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, he's a star over there, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. He had a bunch of boxing fights over there. They love him over there. They love elite combat sports athletes, and Roy Jones Jr. in his prime was the fucking man.
Yeah. When you talk about the all-time greats, you can, in his prime, he may have, I would say he's the best technician ever.
One of the best athletes that's ever competed in boxing. He was so fast.
Think about that one round he had with Vinny Pazienza, where only round in
CompuBox history.
Yeah, in CompuBox history where Vinny Pazienza couldn't land a punch. Incredible. And then Roy tried to stop the fight. He was teeing off on him. He said to the referee, "Come on, man. It's over." Yeah.
And the referee's like, "Continue." He's like, "All righty." Okay. Putin has been Russia's most powerful politician since he assumed the presidency in 2000. After resignation of his predecessor, Boris Yeltsin. But he stepped down for a while and then came back again, though. But he was like still kind of in power. If he still remains in power until 2036, his tenure will surpass even that of Joseph Stalin, who ruled the Soviet Union for 29 years.
They're supposed to have 6-year terms, but he created a new law that can allow that term limit to be reset.
It's a good move. It's a good move if you want to run things. That's what Chris Rock was saying about Trump.
What did he say?
When Trump made it into office, he's like, he's never getting out of there. He'll change the fucking laws. He's not going to stop being president. I remember Chris Rock was saying that on stage. It was hilarious.
You know that guy Yuri Bezmenov that you bring up every now and then, and he explains ideological subversion, right?
Bro.
If that shit's real, and it seems like it's real, then does that mean Russia is responsible for all our shit?
If it's not real, what a prediction.
Yeah.
What a crazy prediction that we would lose all faith in our democratic process, and that we would all, the children from the universities will all adapt Marxist, Leninist philosophy. They all do.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are young kids that consider themselves Marxists?
Yeah, so are we in the middle of a fucking, of a Russian infiltration? Or is it Chinese?
Well, I think both of those countries are very clever. You know, they do some very clever things. And one of the things that China does is they buy up corporations. Do you know how many? Someone showed me a list of all these corporations that are run by China. I don't even know if this is true.
Is what's the Chinese president?
Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping. Is Xi Jinping and what's his fucking name from Russia?
Putin?
Putin. Are they like buddies? Because they're both like communists, right?
Well,
I'm confused there.
I'm sure they're united against America now, you know?
And if Yuri Bezmenov, if he's right, he's basically saying that Russia has put, we're under some kind of like 20-year Russian infiltration, ideological subversion plan or something like that.
What he was
That's
basically
scary.
saying was that they have this very long game approach, whereas the United States, we try to do things quickly and we think about short term, whereas in Russia they think about things very long, very long.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of people dying over there because they lost so many people in so many wars.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for Russia, Russia holding off the Nazis, Russia helped us win World War II in a giant way, in a fucking giant way. And you look at the losses that Russia faced. What was that? The one battle that Shane Gillis brought up during the podcast? Like, Shane Gillis is a gigantic history buff. And he brought up this one battle where Russia lost some fucking insane amount of people holding off the Nazis. I mean, insane amount of people. Like, way more than any war we've ever lost. That was one of the things that people always said about Russia. Like, the girls are so hot. And there's like, they so outnumber men because so many men died.
Yeah.
So many men died over there. So for the longest time, it was like this overabundance of these hot Russian women. And how many of them came over and became spies?
Yeah. Man, it's like, what the fuck is going on? It almost
What is
seems
going
like,
on?
It's like, I don't know what to believe anymore, dog. It's like, it almost seems like there's a great awakening and there's a great reset. You know, Klaus Schwab talking about the great reset. And then there's a great awakening. A lot of people are waking up. It's like, sometimes I feel like the great awakening is winning, and then sometimes I feel like the great reset is winning. Like, when you start, like, all this fighting that we're doing, we're fighting over like dumb shit all the time. I'm like,
All the time. Like bathrooms, and gender.
yeah. Meanwhile, like, this new world order is like digital currency and
Climate change.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? It just seems
know.
like there's our politicians here, you know, the ones that we see, the ones that are on TV, and then whatever's above them, the guys we don't see, maybe they just want to just destroy America. Like, how do we destroy America? How do we make it?
I think what they want is control.
And-
They
and-
want control the way that China has control, the way that Russia has control.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's so much freedom in America in terms of freedom of speech and freedom to do whatever you want.
It's like on the surface, we see the left fighting with the right, right? On the
Yeah.
surface, right? But what if the overall goal is to get us, like, the only way we're going to have like a military regime, like the controllers, they want as much of a military regime as possible, maybe disguise it so we don't think we're under. But the best way to do that, the most not the easiest, but the best way is you got to make the people embrace the military, right? You got to make them embrace. How do you make them embrace it? Right now, we're kind of embracing it. We're like, oh, where's the military tribunals and all that shit? With all the shit, it's almost like that. Like, were we tricked? Are we being tricked into embracing the military? Like, there's so, like, I don't know which way the shit's going. It's just so all over the fucking place, man. There's like all the stuff that Biden is doing. It's like who's advising this motherfucker? You know what I mean?
He's running again.
And then they're
Which is
talking about
so wild.
Michelle Obama running. That keeps coming up.